Hi everybody, I'm Jane
I'm Gina.
from UltimateHairBows.com. Great bows that you make, not buy. And today we're going to talk to you about the quality of the ribbon that you buy. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes you just are doing something short term. But sometimes you're doing some gorgeous, complicated ribbon and you want to make sure that bow's going to last. So Gina will give you a little lesson about that today. And I think I hear somebody out there saying, hey, big deal, ribbon's ribbon.
Au contraire. So listen up and I will hopefully teach you something new about the different types of ribbon and their quality. Hi everybody. So we talked a little bit about showing you what is the best types and quality of ribbon. So I have some examples to show you and kind of talk a little bit about what different ribbons look like. There are usually two types or basic types, or woven and non-woven ribbon. Woven is just narrow bands of cloth that have specially finished edges. And non-woven ribbon are going to be where they take textile yarns and they bond them with adhesives, and they're usually made from plastics. What's really nice about woven ribbon is that they're used for a wide variety. They're really durable, they're flexible, and that's what most people use on their clothes or for the bows that you create, as well as home decor and for some craft projects. And then the non-woven are really good because they give you kind of a different way of doing crafting, and especially with packaging, because you can usually shred them or curl them. And so I'm going to show you some different varieties. One type of ribbon is your acetate ribbon. And acetate are usually your stiffer ribbons, and they're the ones that you might find on a floral bouquet, or the ones that are tied at the end of a pew, or just on packages as well. Also your outdoor ones. And so those kind of look like this. So this one's nice and shiny, and you can tell that it's just, glued, sparkles onto, something that's a little less quality ribbon. Another example would be this velvet outdoor ribbon for Christmas. It just has the textile yarns that are adhered to a plastic backing. They're not made to last, but they do work for keeping a nice shape, especially if it's outside. Another example is your chiffon, which is, those are my kids if you hear them. We have chiffon or organdy or even organza, and it's a real loose weave. You can see through it, and these are really good for like layering your ribbons. It's also sometimes referred to as a sheer, and they come in a wide variety of colors and even sparkles. Then of course you have your good old curling ribbon. We all know those from our presents. You can buy them on spools. You can purchase them already curled. But what's special about them is that they have a special coating on them, or they may be ribbed so that, and they're specifically designed so if you run a sharp edge along them like scissors, that you'll get that curling or corkscrew effect. As far as quality is concerned, it's made strictly just for your packages. You wouldn't necessarily want to keep this forever. And then you have your grosgrain. Grosgrain is really easy to tell because it's kind of known for its ribbing. It has horizontal ribbing with a vertical ribbing acting as an edge. And this is great because it comes in such a wide variety. It was originally made of silk, but now it's made out of polyester and nylon. And it just is really good for durability and flexibility. Another type of ribbon is your iridescent ribbon. And that's just one that kind of plays with the light and gives you different colors when you're looking at different angles. This one happens to be an organza, but the iridescence is sometimes it looks purple at one angle, sometimes it looks green at another. It just depends. You also have your metallics. And this is one example of a metallic. It's usually made from what's called lurex or metallic yarns, and they just, they're favored for their sparkle. So we like to use those to give a little bling to your bows. Another example would be your natural fibers. Some of you know it as jute or raffia, and they're just made from natural products. You can have cotton, you can have paper, other types of paper. So they're really nice to give a natural look. As far as quality, because they are natural, they will break down if you handle them too much. Another one that I like are jacquards. Jacquards are known for a pictorial event, so they're able to give pictures. And what's really nice about jacquards, sometimes they're known as embroidered ribbon. And whether it's really embroidered ribbon or it's a true jacquard, what's neat is they have a very distinct right and wrong. This would be the right side, because you can see the picture. This would be the wrong side. And it's very obvious the correct side and an incorrect side. One thing about these, are really very expensive. They're not, they're for your really truly special dresses or hair bows. And you do have to be careful about the ends because they will unravel. So sometimes you might have to stitch the ends if you're going to use them as a freestanding bow. And the last one, or one of the last ones, is satin ribbon. Satin, the reason it's called satin is because of the way it's woven. There is a distinctive shiny side and then a dull side. And the reason it's named satin is because of, again, the way it's woven. And it's kind of complicated, but it's very, you know you have satin when you have a shiny side and a dull side. And this is a bow that hangs outside on a real pretty wooden door, and it just makes the wooden door at Christmas look really beautiful. And here's another example of satin. These polka dots, you can obviously see that it's shiny. And then the back side, even though it's plain, it's dull compared to the front side polka dots. And one kind of neat thing about satin is it used to be strictly made from silk, and so it was really sought after, especially during the 14th century. The well-to-do really, wanted these. People who enjoy silk sheets or satin sheets, again, it used to be of pure silk. Nowadays, again, it can be created from other types of products, such as polyester and nylon. And then one of the last but not least are your wired ribbons, and they have a special place in crafting, especially since, when you wire it, it will crimp and hold whatever shape you want. And these you can find as indoor and outdoor. If you're making bows with them, you need to be careful because the wire can weaken over time. But if you're doing just something short-lived, it's a good product to use. Quality can range from very low to very high. It just depends on what you're wanting to spend. And on average, just your regular polyester or your polyester cotton blends are going to be your best bet for what we're doing, with bow making. So hopefully this gave you some idea. You can go anywhere from really, really inexpensive to really, really expensive, just depending on what your project is. So hopefully you have some idea of where you're going to purchase or what you're going to purchase for your types of ribbon. Thank you.